Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Students, today we are diving into a topic that's very important for all of us, especially uh, since we are living in India. This topic deals with the identity, proof of identity. Now, have you ever wondered that why what actually Aadhaar card represents? And why everyone keeps talking about it and what's it's really used for. Well, we are going to discuss all this today. We will also learn about a recent decision by India's highest court, the Supreme Court, on why the Aadhaar card is not considered proof of person's date of birth. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this fascinating topic. To understand the recent Supreme Court decision, we first need to know what exactly is the Aadhaar card. Right? The Aadhaar card, students, is a unique 12 digit identification number given to each Indian citizen by the government. Now, think of it as a powerful ID that links to all sorts of important information about you, like where you live, your fingerprints, and even your iris scan. So it's like a digital fingerprint that helps identify you. All right. So why do we have it? For simple reason, well, India is a huge country with over a billion people, and the government needed a way to make sure that every citizen could be recognized and provided with benefits like subsidies, scholarships, and other programs. Right? So Aadhaar card makes it easier for the government to identify citizens, which is very important especially for people who are living in remote villages or areas, th- and those who do not have any official records. Right. So for them to access government schemes, Aadhaar card is important. Right. Imagine having one super ID that connects to all your records. That's the Aadhaar card for you, right? So you might think that since the Aadhaar card holds so much information, it can be used for everything, right? Well, not quite. The Aadhaar card is designed to be a proof of identity. This means it's mainly used to say, hey, this is me. It helps people access bank accounts, get SIM cards for mobile phones, even it is not mandatory, although, and receive benefits from the government. But here's an interesting twist. Although it's a strong proof of who you are, it doesn't prove when you were born. Surprising, right? Even though the card has your date of birth in it, the government doesn't see it as an official record of your birth, right? Official record of your age. अगर वहां पर डेट मेंशन भी है तो उसको हम डेट ऑफ बर्थ के रूप में क्यों नहीं यूज कर सकते? बस सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि नहीं, आपकी जो डेट ऑफ बर्थ के लिए डॉक्यूमेंट्स यूज होते हैं, जैसे टेंथ सर्टिफिकेट, स्पेशली जिन्होंने टेंथ कर लिया है, या फिर जो बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट होता है, वो यूज कर सकते हैं, लेकिन आधार कार्ड प्रूफ ऑफ डेट ऑफ बर्थ नहीं यूज कर सकते। ऐसा क्यों है? क्या रीजन रहा है? आइए जानते हैं। So, we're talking about all this today, right? And recently, India's Supreme Court made a big decision. The Aadhaar card cannot be used as proof of a person's date of birth. And this announcement came during a court case where someone was trying to use their Aadhaar card to prove their age in a motor accident compensation case. तो ये हुआ सब कैसे? Recently, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास एक केस गया जहां पे मोटर एक्सीडेंट के बीच में जो विक्टिम था, और जहां पे उस विक्टिम को कॉम्पनसेशन चाहिए था। तो कॉम्पनसेशन के रूप में उसने क्या कहा, जब डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट करने की बारी आई तो उसने आधार कार्ड को एज अ प्रूफ ऑफ डेट डेट ऑफ बर्थ, डेट ऑफ बर्थ के प्रूफ के रूप में सबमिट कर दिया। अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट का यह कहना है कि आप आधार कार्ड को डेट ऑफ बर्थ का प्रूफ नहीं मान सकते, डेट ऑफ बर्थ का उसको प्रूफ का करार नहीं दिया गया है, क्योंकि अगर कॉम्पनसेशन चाहिए तो प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंट्स होने चाहिए। अब ऐसा इसलिए क्योंकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक्सप्लेन किया कि आधार कार्ड कैन कंफर्म who you are. It doesn't have enough information to confirm exactly when you were born. The court said the other official documents like your school leaving certificate are more reliable when it comes to proving your date of birth. राइट? तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या कहा कि आपके आधार कार्ड से ज्यादा प्रूफ क्या मैटर करता है कि आपने, जैसे स्कूल लिविंग सर्टिफिकेट क्या होता है, जब उसमें डेट मेंशन होती है, डेट ऑफ बर्थ मेंशन होती है, वो ज्यादा रिलायबल है। सो आधार कार्ड इज अ प्रूफ ऑफ आइडेंटिटी, बट इट इज नॉट अ प्रूफ ऑफ एज। ऑल्दो उसमें डेट ऑफ बर्थ लिखी होती है, लेकिन उसको प्रूफ ऑफ एज का करार नहीं दिया गया। एंड वी नीड डॉक्यूमेंट्स विद हायर अथॉरिटी फॉर दैट पर्पस। हमें दूसरे डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए जहां पर प्रॉपर अथॉरिटी से मेंशन किया हो कि आपकी डेट ऑफ बर्थ क्या है। Okay, so if Aadhaar isn't proof of age, what is? There are certain documents in India that are seen as very official when it comes to proving someone's age. And these include things like your school living certificate or birth certificate. Why? Because these documents are typically created by schools or hospitals based on original records or certificates. तो जो आपके स्कूल लिविंग सर्टिफिकेट है या फिर बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट है, वो ओरिजिनल रिकॉर्ड्स से बनाए गए होते हैं। राइट? जैसे जब भी किसी स्टूडेंट का एडमिशन होता है, जब भी किसी कोई छोटा सा बच्चा है उसका स्कूल में एडमिशन होता है, तो जो डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए होता है फर्स्ट, वो बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट होता है। और बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट आपको पता है कि हॉस्पिटल से हमें मिलता है, और हॉस्पिटल वाले एग्जैक्ट बर्थ ही उस पर लिख कर देते हैं। राइट? So these sort of documents are considered as more reliable to be used as a proof of date of birth rather than Aadhaar card. Now think about it this way. If you were born in a hospital, a doctor or nurse would create a record with your exact date and time of birth. That information is then transferred onto your birth certificate, making it a highly trusted source. Remember, it's not just about information on the document, but who created it and how much we can trust that information. Okay? तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आधार कार्ड में जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो यूआईडीएआई ने लिखा है तो वो रिलायबल नहीं है। एक्चुअली जो बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट की इंफॉर्मेशन होती है वो किसने लिखी है? वो हॉस्पिटल वालों ने लिखी है, वो भी आपकी एग्जैक्ट डेट और टाइम के मुताबिक। तो इसीलिए वो ज्यादा ट्रस्टेड सोर्स है। Now the question is, how do we know if an ID is trusted? So, and how do we decide which ID to trust for different purposes? In general, students, governments and courts look at a few things. Number one is who created the document. If it's a school, hospital, or government agency, that's usually a good sign. How reliable is the source? The second question. See, birth certificates and school records are based on detailed records made at the time of birth or enrollment. So they are often seen as more reliable, right? And third question is, what does the document prove? Document क्या prove करता है? See, each document serves a specific purpose. Some prove your identity, some prove your address, and some prove your age. Right? तो हर एक डॉक्यूमेंट डिफरेंट पर्पस सर्व करता है। So, when we talk about आधार कार्ड, जब हम आधार कार्ड की बात करते हैं, it is created by an organization called, yes, UI, UIDAI. UIDAI. And this stands for Unique Identification Authority of India. And the UIDAI, this organization itself says that Aadhaar is a good proof of identity, but not a proof of date of birth. When you go to the website of this organization, it's written there that Aadhaar is a proof of identity, but not a proof of date of birth. This means that while the Aadhaar card is useful for many things, it shouldn't be the go-to document when it comes to proving your age. So Aadhaar is like a master key for identity, but it's not meant to be a proof of age or birth date, right? So why does the Supreme Court decision matter to us? Now this ruling helps to make things clear. By saying that Aadhaar isn't enough to prove your age, the court is helping ensure that only the most accurate documents are used in legal cases and government matters. For example, if someone is trying to claim age based benefits like a pension or a scholarship, then they'll need to provide a birth certificate or another official document with the date of birth. So, this way, the government can make sure that people receive the benefits they deserve, and only those who are eligible get access to these programs, right? So, please understand that today we talked about the Aadhaar card, right? So to wrap it all up, just imagine Aadhaar card as a powerful identity card in India that links to all sorts of personal information. But what we have learned today that because Aadhaar card also has a date of birth mentioned on it, it doesn't mean it can be used as a proof of age. So the Supreme Court of India made it clear that we should rely on documents like birth certificates or school certificates to prove our date of birth. And this decision helps ensure that the most accurate information is used when it matters most. For example, in legal and government matters, right? So remember, just because something is on your ID doesn't mean it proves everything about you. Different documents serve different purposes, right? So thanks for tuning in today, everyone. Next time someone asks you about Aadhaar or why it's not proof of age, you will know just what to say. Remember, there's a reason we have different documents for different needs, and every document has its own role to play. All right? So until next time, keep exploring and keep learning. Bye bye.